The template below consists of a semicircle and a right angle triangle. We know that AB is equal to 8, BC is equal to 6, BC is equal to 6, and angle ABC is equal to 90 degrees. And here's the diagram representing this. Calculate using pi is equal to 3.142 when necessary, the length of the diameter AC. And so here what we have is we have a right angle triangle, right? And our goal is to determine what is this length, right? And the diameter, right, is really one of the sides of this right angle triangle, right? And so let's label the sides of this right angle triangle. We're gonna call this side the hypotenuse. So this is C, all right? The hypotenuse is the longest side, and it is the side that is opposite. It's the side that is opposite the right angle, and so that's the hypotenuse. That is what we're trying to find. And we do not know what it is, so that's what we're gonna put a question mark because we don't know what that is. Now, what is the rest of the sides? Well, we're gonna call this side. We're gonna call this side A. All right. We're gonna call this side B. All right. And so the hypotenuse is C, and the other two sides are A and B. And this labeling is helpful because we're going to use Pythagoras theorem. And Pythagoras theorem says C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Now C is the hypotenuse, that's what we're trying to find. A is 8, all right, as we have here, and B is 6, as we have here. And so we have 8 squared, which is 64, and we have 6 squared, which is 36. So we have C squared is equal to 64 plus 36. Now, what is 64 plus 36? That is 100. So we have C squared is equal to 100. Next, we take the square root of both sides, and then we cancel this with that until we have that C is equal to the square root of 100. What is the square root of 100? Well, the square root of 100 is definitely 10. So that means that the length of the diameter AC is actually 10. Okay, next we have, okay, so AC is 10. Okay, next we have the area of the triangle ABC. So they want us to determine the area of this triangle. Now, what is the area formula? The area of a triangle is going to be equal to the base multiplied by the height divided by 2. In this case, the base is 6 and the height is 8, all right? And so 6 multiplied by 8 all over 2. Now, what is 6 multiplied by 8? That's going to be 42. If we divide it by 2, 48 divided by 2 is definitely 24. And so the area of this triangle is going to be 24 units squared. Next, we have C, and C is the area of, we want to figure out the area of the semicircle, all right? Now, what is the semicircle? Well, there's the semicircle right here. So this is the semicircle. And our goal is to determine this area, right? The area of the semicircle. And we have to use this formula. The area of a semicircle is going to be the area of a circle divided by 2. So it's pi r squared divided by 2. Now pi r squared divided by 2. Well, what is pi? Well, pi is 3.142. What is the radius, however? Well, we know that the diameter is 10, right? So the diameter is this entire length, right? That's the diameter. But we just want the radius. We just want half of it. And so the radius is going to be equal to, so r is going to be equal to 10 divided by 2 because the radius is half of that, because the radius is half of the diameter. So let me write this properly. So it's going to be 10 divided by 2. And what is 10 divided by 2? Well, 10 divided by 2 is certainly 5. And so we have that r is equal to 5. All right, so that's the radius. Okay, and so pi is 3.142. That's what pi is. All right. R is the radius, which is 5. So we put 5 squared. And of course, we put this over 2. Now, what we do next? Well, we said, okay, well, 5 squared is 25. And so we put 25 over 1 because we want to multiply this. So we have 3.142 divided by 2 multiplied by 25 over 1. Next, we see 3.142 times 25. That gives us 78.55. 2 times 1 is 2. And we divide these two together, we get 39.275 units squared. And so this is our answer, 39.275 units squared. And so let's move on. Here, they want us to determine the total area of the template. So that means that the area of this semicircle plus the area of this triangle. So we have to add them together. And so the total area of the template is going to be the area of the triangle plus the area of the semicircle. The area of the triangle is 24 units squared, and the area of the semicircle is 39.275 units squared. And we add them together, we get 63.275 units squared. And that is the answer to this question, 63.275 units squared.